What's happening? Today I'm going to talk about why we need to stop bottling up our emotions and the detriment it's having on our mental health, on our life, on our decision making, on our relationships, and the benefit of letting it all out and letting ourselves breathe. What does bottling up our emotions really do to us? And what does it feel like? When we suppress our emotions, this is not a strength. It's actually storage. It's like in your phone when you do a burst photo and they're all the same photo, but you've got 14. You don't need 14. So why have you wasted that storage? Or if you're a hoarder and you have so much rubbish in your house that you need to sell and you'll never get around to it. It's the same with emotions. You're just collecting stuff that you can't do anything with apart from get rid of and release. It's the same with emotions. You build them all up, but you need to let them out at some point. You need to get rid of them to allow space for new ones. We all have these unspoken feelings in our life that we want to share. And it becomes that pressure where it's like, I'm not ready, or I don't want to, or maybe it's better if I hold on to it. And it's not better to hold on to it because all that does is put that pressure onto us and our health. And a lot of time it does make us spiral where we just want to tell someone but we don't feel we can. And the thing we've got to learn is that we're not hiding this emotion. We are just stockpiling it. Where no one actually knows what we're feeling apart from ourselves. So why are we stockpiling it? Because it's either going to never come out or just sit with us the whole time, which is not healthy. There's also a time as well when it will just leak out anyway, where there's nothing we can do about it. And that is just the sort of circle of life where emotions will surface just in our brain and they'll be loud, they'll be silent, but they'll be there. And a lot of the time, we're then going to feel the sense of sort of that irritability, fatigue, and withdrawal. And these are all signs of creating an emotional overload in our head. And that's what causes that stress. We have so many thoughts, so many different kind of thoughts. Irritable ones that are going to annoy us. Fatigue, ones that are going to slow us down. Withdrawals, ones that we can't let out. And the thing with this is that eventually they're all going to build up. This emotional build up where it's going to get to the point where even when we do spill this emotion out, it's not going to come out with any logic that we might have had before. And we're just not going to be able to sort of explain ourselves and how we're then feeling if we hold on to it. Because when we have it and we just release it into the open, we go, this is what I was thinking, and this is why I was thinking it. We're able to sort of articulate ourselves so much better and healthier and more freeing, where we feel that pressure gone straight away rather than holding on to it. There's also a sort of myth of sort of staying strong. And we confuse like holding this emotion in with composure. When it's not, it's the opposite. Where holding on to these emotions are not a way of healing. Where the only way of healing is letting it all out, is talking, is breathing, is giving yourself a moment to reflect. And being vulnerable, letting it all out, telling someone, writing it down. It's not a weakness. It's a release. And it's also a release that we've been given to use, that we need to use more effectively to not feel a certain way. For me, what helps me release these emotions I bottled up? And one thing I'll do is, this could be with a friend, this could be on my own. I will just talk through it. I will break it down and go, why am I feeling this way? And then sometimes I also will sit on it because I'm not ready. But I'll just talk to myself, or I'll talk to someone else and see another perspective that isn't mine, and sort of question, am I getting overworked over something that doesn't need to be? Am I using mental capacity that doesn't need to be used? I'll also journal, and I'll journal like no one's watching, like no one's going to read, because no one is going to read it. It will just be me. And the thing with writing, it comes in your brain, and it's like you're talking, but just with your hand, and it's freeing. I'll also use other creative outlets, like music, like activity, like writing, with my journaling. Or there could be other ones where I could be at home, and there could be jobs that are not my responsibility, and they'll get to the point where they're not done, and it will just annoy me that there's mess. So what I'll do, instead of just going off on one in someone in the family, I'll just do it myself. I will get it out of the way, because what is causing me stress is the thought of it not being done. So the thought should really be, get it done. Especially if I've got the time to do it. The time that I spent moaning about it could have been the time that I spent doing it. We also have to tell ourselves, people are not mind readers in this world. As much as some people think they are, or some people will say they are not. We can't expect people to just know. Because doing this creates a resentment between others, between each other, between family. And it's like, there'll be a time where someone will learn everything about you, and they will know everything about you. But not everyone can do that. Not everyone knows your favourite colour, and if it is yellow. And really, it doesn't matter. Because it's something where, like, when we learn about someone, we want to learn deeper. We want to go above the surface level of something about them, where we won't know everything. And the best thing about life is that because we're all growing, we will never all keep enjoying the same things, or have the same hobbies, or have the same attitude to life, or have the same friends. So there's always room to grow as a person, and also learn about another person. And expressing ourselves clearly with our emotions, it will build on connections, past, present, future. And it'll make sure that there's no conflict. And that's healthy, because when we express ourselves healthily, it just creates and sparks understanding and less conflict between one another, where because you've now begin to understand each other, life becomes so much more easy. When we have these emotions, happy or sad, we deserve to feel it as a human body. And the thing, how you feel it, is you have to free it. Where, like I already said, suppression of these emotions will just stack up like a weight, and it will get heavier and heavier until you curl that weight, you lift that dumbbell. It's the same with emotions. Until you move that weight, it's not going to go anywhere. Your emotions in life are not a burden. We're human. We're meant to have them. We're meant to share them. We're meant to visibly show them, with tears, with smiles, happy or sad. And we have to make sure that we feel it, and make sure that we feel it fully. Because that is how we're going to feel it to the highest level, and that's how we're going to let it pass. Let the past pass. By letting out our emotions. Everything we bottle up will never find its way out. And the way that we just free it is that we have to tell ourselves that not everything that we thought, good or bad, will come out how we hoped it would be. Sometimes it'll be for the better, where we go, thank God I let it go, because it's actually turned out better than what I thought and overthought. And letting it all go, it doesn't make you weak. Like I said, the main thing it does when you let out these emotions is that it lets you breathe again.